Welcome to the Late Night Show. Hope everything is okay. Hope everything is all right. I'm your host, Andrew Day. All righty, kids, what's happening on the lovely island of St. Martin? We begin with the news of the political season continues. And next up, the National Alliance. Of course, the big star of the National Alliance, Mr. Ohndhae Marlin, the son of William Marlin, the longest-serving politician in St. Martin history. No, I think Sarah Westcott is, but close to Sarah Westcott Williams, and that is, of course, Mr. William Marlin. His son will be entering politics for the first time in history. He will be going into the political arena, running on the National Alliance list. On Sunday, he had a secret meeting with all his campaigners. Of course, you know, late night is everywhere. So we get to find out about it. And it was very interesting. A number of persons showed up. A number of former politicians also is supporting Mr. Ohndhae Marlin. And yeah, I guess it's time to let you know who's supporting Mr. Ohndhae Marlin. And you know, there are a number of politicians that, like I said, that are endorsing him. One of them is the man of action himself, Louis Laves. He is also endorsing. I'm hearing, you know, other names like Terry Peterson, a bunch of politicians. Okay. Now, of course, like I said, this is his first time running, so he is a rookie. However, it's important for you to know that he will be making a bid for the Parliament of St. Martin under the National Alliance. Now, question is, National Alliance, what's happening? A Congress was supposed to happen for the first quarter of 2023. We're in 2 months in the first quarter. We ain't hearing nothing. What going on? What's up? What going on? Now, of course, the National Alliance is expected to have a Congress where they will be picking the leader, the next leader for the National Alliance going into this next election. Who will it be? We have no idea. Will it be Sylvia Jacobs? Or will it be Mr. Duran? Or will it be Mr. Ohndhae Marlin? It's going to be interesting because he had over close to 100 persons yesterday in a white shirt, Ohndhae for Parliament. I was surprised. And I had my goggles. I was far away in Beacon Hill, and I was just watching and going like, oh, okay, all right, interesting. So keep your eyes out for that. This is the only picture we could get. I know, but don't worry, we're going to get some more pictures. But a launch took place on Sunday, and Mr. Ohndhae Marlin is running. Yes, he's the president of the It's Time Foundation. It was speculation before. Now we know. It's official. What else is happening on the lovely island of St. Martin? The airport continues to be in the news. This time, negativity as usual. I just don't understand why the airport continues to get themselves in these bacchanal stories. The corporate communications position has been put up when a capable local St. Martin person has been doing it for so many years. And now, the CEO of the airport has decided to put it up for a manager. So a manager is supposed to come in. He's supposed to be hiring somebody from Telem to come in and take over that position when the corporate communications has been being done by Miss Audrey Jack St. Louis. And let me tell you something. I think once again, the airport, the management, particularly the CEO, continues to make horrible decisions for the betterment of the company. Now, if you want to do something, Mr. Mingo, of the airport, how about you pay the people the 12.5% that you cut for the longest while? Instead of lying to them and telling them that you're going to pay them all the way in July or August, how about you start to pay them from now, since the 12.5% is no longer in play? But instead, hiring people making confusion among staff. Morale at the airport continues to be at an all-time low. Instead of building the organization, build it up, no man. You're looking for a manager to do something that Miss St. Louis Jack been doing for so many years? Is this a real place? What's going on? You could do much better, and I hope that this thing gets fixed, because totally I agree with Savage Chris, because even Savage Chris had to go on the news about it. He went on PJD News to rant about it, and he said this is ridiculous, and I agree 200% that it is ridiculous for you to just move somebody who has been there for so long. Don't do that. Promote your own from within before doing a whole mess that's already there, Mr. Mingo, of the airport. All right. Parliament met today, the Education Committee, headed by MP Rumu. She called in the minister. The meeting was requested by MP Sarah Westcott Williams, and it was about the teachers and their grievances. It was a very interesting meeting, I must say. Let's take a look at some of the highlights.
Government, you cancel law number 1, civil servants cuts. That was cancelled by national decree. Lance Buslert published. You cancel the law cutting the salaries of political mandatories. You did that by national decree, publicized and everything. However, to cancel the law cutting benefits and the like of subsidized institution, that law, up until Wednesday or Thursday when I checked, has not yet been canceled. The reason apparently given by the government is because the new law, top income standardization, has not been yet ratified. So my first question, is my assumption, what I just laid out, is that correct? Did I understand it correctly, or am I missing something why the government has not canceled the law that cuts the benefits that the cuts that have been applied to the benefits of subsidized institutions, school boards, etc.? Why has that law not been canceled? Why have the cuts not been canceled officially by national decree for that third original law, is my question. Or did I understand it wrongly? And if I did, why hasn't the law been canceled up until now? I mentioned the part, Madam Chair Lady, that this was not something that the Minister of Finance, out of the goodness of his heart, was able to do. The leeway was given in terms of the package of employment benefits. Now, we come to the statement by the minister regarding no subsidy cuts. Is it not a fact that according to the law that cut the employment benefits of subsidized institutions, stated that all of these institutions needed to show how they cut the benefits? I repeat, did not the law cutting the employment benefits of subsidized institutions state that these institutions needed to publicize what they did? How did they cut? Was it salary? I'm talking subsidized institution, school board. Was it salary? Was it vacation allowance? Was it vacation days? Was it uniform? What was it? So is it not so that that law, when passed by Parliament, included what came from, the way it came from government, that these institutions needed to provide to government exactly how they applied the cuts? Is that not the case? Is it not the case that according to the law, that information for every subsidized institution needed to be publicized? Is that correct or not? If so, was that part of the law complied with? So do we know for the subsidized institutions, school boards, and the others, how, if, and how they apply the cuts? So it's one thing to say you didn't cut the subsidy, but did not the school boards and others have to provide information to prove that these cuts were made? Did they provide that information? And which was required by the law, that information publicized?
Madam Chair, this is a letter taken from the Minister of ECYS to the union. His words. Madam Chair, the minister's words. The competent authority. Who's the competent authority, Madam Chair Lady? That the minister can walks in here now and tell us, oh, things in the Council of Ministers. I know the things in the Council of Ministers, but you're the one responsible. The Minister of Finance is not responsible. The Prime Minister is not responsible. The Minister of Rummy is not responsible. You, the Minister of ECYS, is responsible. You are the competent authority. Madam Chair Lady, yes, I'm not impressed. I'm going to stick to my sliced bread, back end of it, Madam Chair Lady. That's how they're being treated. And you can ask teachers how they feel. How they feel, go and ask them how they feel. Madam Chair, it's not my words. These are the words of the Minister of ECYS. He said the competent authorities. Madam Chair Lady, can schedule it how they want. Madam Chair, the 61 vacation days include the holidays. Summer vacations are becoming increasingly shorter, Madam Chair. I would like to ask, Madam Chair, how willing is the minister to make an amendment to the 2022-2023 and 2023-2024 schedule? For example, the 24th, the 25th, and the 26th of the 2023 and the 2024 are not public holidays. Let me get it good, because I'm reading off of the phone, Madam Chair. So, Madam Chair, I'll start again. The 61 vacation days, including the holidays. Summer vacations are becoming increasingly shorter. How willing is the minister to make an amendment to the 2022-2023 and 2023-2024 schedule? For example, April the 24th, 25th, and 26th of 2023 and 2024 are not public holidays. So, those vacation days could be added to the summer vacation. Can the minister exercise his authority and amend the law that dictates that teachers are expected to be available for a maximum of 6 days? Some school boards and managers call out the teachers for the entire week before school starts. Madam Chair Lady, the vacancy regeling up to 2025 has been published. When are the deliberations of the 2025-2026 and onward commence? Madam Chair, all employees of public education will receive an increment by the end of August. Madam Chair Lady, can the minister assure that that is factual? And there's a reason why I'm asking that question, Madam Chair Lady, because there are teachers that did a summer program last year, that did a summer program, Madam Chair. And to present, all hasn't been compensated or paid fully for the work that has been done. Madam Chair.
Okay, all right. Let's take it easy because you know Savage Chris always likes to complain. Do we have any solutions? I know that MP Bryson came with some solutions, so at least we got some solutions from the United People's Party leader.
Have you been giving proposals to the government, to the governor, to even the Dutch government, etc.? Are there tangible proposals? And again, what I heard is maybe a proposal as to what the minister would like to do, but there are other very important words that go with such a proposal. Who, what, where, when, why, how. Because it's one thing to say, and I agree, the minister did say something that says it's a gratification or whatever, but how is it going to be paid? Who is entitled to this? When is it going to be something that you look at? So in coming with this type of solution, I want to encourage the minister to ensure that the proposals have that complete picture. Because it's something that sometimes lack on both sides of the aisle. You sometimes hear members of parliament say, yeah, we need to just lower the taxes. But like in the tax reform meeting, I wouldn't just propose a lowering of the taxes. I also then simultaneously propose, well, this is where we can raise it without taxing locals. That balance of the realistic how needs to be included. Now, whether the minister is able to tell the parliament or this committee, this is how, who, what, where, when, why, that is up to the minister. I would like to hear it, but I don't know if the minister is able to. But who definitely should know is the teachers. They should not believe that the minister just kind of has this in his chest or in his brain and have to be left to wonder what are the proposals that are coming. So is it an option that the minister is able via the union to present proposals?
Now, you would think that that would be it, but you know, there is no parliament meeting without its drama. The minister said he needed 2 weeks to come back to parliament to answer 50 questions. And of course, Savage Chris did not have it. He was like, nope.
2 weeks? 2 weeks to answer straightforwarded questions that the ministry is supposed to have at hand? 2 weeks? We got all a meeting today. We could come back at 5. They got 3 hours to answer the questions. 2 weeks, Madam Chair Lady. These are the things that we keep talking about. 2 weeks to answer questions that is directly aimed at the Ministry of Education. The minister and all them had meetings with the unions and everybody. And we need 2 weeks to answer these simple questions, Madam Chair. But come on, man. There's no other meeting for the rest of the week. No, there's a visit on Thursday. So the minister can't come on Friday. The minister can't come on Wednesday. We have to wait 2 weeks for the minister to answer what, minimum 50 questions? 2 weeks? No, man, Madam Chair, I thank you very much.
So of course, MP Bryson had to come to the rescue, you know, for his coalition. You know, it's best he run National Alliance and the UP at the same time, you know, because, my God.
Be an idea, because I understand the minister does. Some of the questions are directed to, you know, within the department, etc. However, might it be something that the minister, if he's taken a note of some of the key salient things that have been brought up here today, if he can at least provide the members of parliament some comments, you know, that okay, if you need more time, understandable, well, to some of us, but that he had an opening statement, he heard the concerns from the committee, and then maybe, generally speaking, touching on some of the points that were brought up, he can provide clarity and further answers.
So the minister was now forced to answer some of the things off the top of his head. And how did you think that went?
There are statements that were made and questions that have been asked that is not for the minister to answer, because there's another minister or the council is involved in that. And there is also a statement made that the teachers were not paid fully. They still owed 3% from 2020. I would like to just indicate that maybe we should look at researching the situation before we say it, because that 3% was paid. I indicated to everyone that the situation of promising things that I have not, as was said, that are busy being handled or have to reach to the Council of Ministers is something that I would rather not do. So I cannot, with all honesty and with whatever, breach further than what I did. I must indicate, though, that I can come up with proposals, but I am one person who don't come up with proposals for proposals' sake. If I have proposals, I look at them thoroughly, and those of which I am sure, pretty much sure, because you're never 100%, because the decision is not a one-person decision. So, but the proposal that I believe that would make it the best to fruition would be proposals that I would bring forward. And yes, I know, and MP George continued to say it, things cannot happen without finance. And we as a government, we know that certain things in the capital expenditure part of government needs to have a balanced budget. So in order to balance the budget, at times you need to cut to help the same government. And we need to take that also into consideration. I want to say this, and I respect everybody's opinion. But when we look at the austerity measures between St. Martin, Curacao, and Aruba, I still stand on what I said in favor of my colleague, Minister of Finance, Atwood Irian. He did not do like the other ministers in the other country and cut salary. He looked, tugged, twist at every way possible to make sure that person's salary was not touched. It was not easy, but he got it done. He did a good job at that, and we can say he didn't because it was in the legislation, or this was so, or that was so, but I still stand on the point, and I still stand and support my colleague with how he handled implementing of the measures. I thank you.
Okay, so the meeting has been postponed until further notice, FYI, for 2 weeks. They're still going to take the 2 weeks, trust me. Welcome to the Late Night Show. We have a good one for you. Let's begin.
Hello, St. Martin. My name is Julian Rolock Jr. On February 19, 2023, from 3:30 p.m. until 7 p.m. on Arch Road across Supreme Supermarket, I will be officially announcing my candidacy for the upcoming elections on the URSM. During this event, I will officially open a computer institution for the people of St. Martin. Thanks to the wonderful support of our sponsors, we will be raffling 3 brand new HP laptops. For more information, contact my person on 544-8078. Foods and drinks will also be available.
At SXM, we're taking travel and tourism to new heights. Here we boast spacious check-in areas, 10 passport control points, comfortable departure lounges, and finally, there's an airport in the Caribbean that takes your travel plans as seriously as you do. Princess Juliana International Airport.